Thanks to Ryan and Lotown Records for making this possible. We are going to be premiering the new single from Ryan Marquez's upcoming album, Saint Unity.
You've really brought in some great people in St. Louis to play with you on this album. We're really excited about bringing it in, for sure.
Yeah, tell us about the concept of the new album, Saint Unity, because it's going to be coming up for release tomorrow. Is that right? The 30th?
That's correct. We're going to be releasing the first single, Serenity, which features Anita Jackson and Dawn Weber.
Nice.
And in the name of Saint Unity, this project has been such a blessing to me personally, just to go through the process of pulling all of these wonderful creatives from different disciplines, from the fantabulous vocalists to the amazing musicians. We had an excellent production team, Lotown Records. Just from like a writing standpoint, this project started probably about 7 years ago. Conceptually, it evolved over time. Like the first tune that I wrote off the project, when I first wrote it, it was like kind of an oddball. It's called Anything You Like. It features Aaron Bodie. I didn't really know like what to do with it, so I kind of set it on the shelf and was like, okay, that's weird. Doesn't match anything else I'm like writing right now, you know. So I just put it on the shelf and I let it mature, like a wine. So then I went through this phase of where I felt like in my catalog of music that I was listening to, that I wanted to have more female voices in what I was consuming. So I went on a really strict diet of about 2 years of just listening to groups that featured female voices as the lead. I learned about a lot of really cool groups like Rohi or Hiatus Coyote, Moonchild, a ton of groups, way more than I could ever name. And so through that process, it inspired me to create music specifically written for female voice. And then, you know, growing up in the scene, I have been a big fan of a lot of the people who are on the project. The vocalists on the project are Anita Jackson, Aaron Bodie, Janet Evra, Chrissy Rennick, Lola Christine, and Paige Alyssa. And it was really a cool process to just, as I grew more to this idea of, okay, I want to do this project, I wanted to feature all female voices, I wanted to feature like my family or community of St. Louis musicians, you know, the people I've been in the trenches with and, you know, been on all these different types of events or types of gigs, or sometimes playing in their band, or sometimes they're playing in my band, or sometimes we're doing like a small club trio thing, sometimes we're like on a huge stage with like a 15-piece band. And community and the camaraderie that we've created, it's about 16 years for me here, so, you know, pushing 2 decades worth of time invested in this community, and just wanting to express that clearly and cohesively in kind of one presentation. So we were able to get Carl Napa signed on as producer, and Carl is like the man, like, yeah, straight up, like he's a legendary producer and engineer. He worked at this place called the Hit Factory, which is called the Hit Factory for a reason. It's a studio that used to be in New York, and he's got production credits and engineering credits with everybody from the likes of Michael Jackson to Michael Bolton to Brian McKnight to Mariah Carey. It's literally like you say somebody's name and like Carl's got a story, you know? So it was like a super humbling and honoring experience to just sit next to him and go through the process of producing this record along with Lenny Mink over at Lotown Records, pulling the whole crew together. And Lenny's really phenomenal at being able to get a lot of people to come together also in the name of a common goal. And so he's really cooked up some excellent video presentations, rolling out a music video for Serenity. And we're also working on other music videos, and we've been just like having a blast, you know, just bringing everyone together in the name of Saint Unity.
I love it.
Love it.
That's one of the things that I absolutely love about the concept of this album, is that St. Louis, in my opinion, is a bit unique. I mean, it's not, you know, the only place where this happens, but we have such a spirit of camaraderie in the local music scene here where everybody works on each other's projects, everybody works together to better each other.
Yes.
There's not a spirit of competition, really, within our local jazz music community here in St. Louis. That's one of the reasons why, I mean, other than the fact that you put out killer music, but to be able to see this huge group of St. Louis musicians that normally don't always work with one another to appear on the same album here just feels really, really good.
Yes. I'm so humbled to be able to present this project with people of the likes of like Lamar Harris and Don Weber and Ben Reese, you know, Matt McKeever of the Naked Rock Fight. The rhythm section that pretty much played on all the tracks are my brothers, Tim Moore on drums and Theo Harden on bass. The three of us, like, we set the foundation of the record, and we kind of started rehearsing for it long before we got to the place of recording it. We have really great instrumentalists like Matt Rowland, Will Buchanan, Drew Mantia, Adam Hansborough, Dwayne Jingle Williams on percussion, who absolutely just added the icing on the cake, you know what I'm saying? Frosted it super nice with sprinkles and extra cherries on top. There's just like a lot of love really all the way around. Kendrick Smith made a great solo appearance on When You Love Somebody, which features Chrissy Brennick. The great Scooter Brown, who's one of my favorite charismatic saxophone players and vocalist too. I really love his voice and the stuff that he's been putting out. It's really just like family, you know, because like you said, we hang together. We support each other's projects and products. Like,
Wow. All right. You heard it here first on 88.7 The Sound. That was Serenity. Ryan Marquez, Anita Jackson, and Don Weber right here on the station where the music matters, especially St. Unity, St. Louis. Sure. We really appreciate all the work you do and all the ways you bring people together. I definitely see that in the shows for sure.
Oh, without a doubt. I don't know if I can tell people this, but I've kind of heard a few of the tracks on the album. I had a little bit of a preview of it, and I got to say that the whole thing is just unreal. I can't wait to be able to play the rest of them on here for you. That was a great track with Anita there on the vocals.
Anita's great.
Anita is
And
so
Dawn
special,
Weber.
you know, and Dawn too.
She's great.
Yeah.
You guys have a great chemistry too.
I'm always in motion. Your life is your canvas, you know, and every move that you make is a brush stroke. So I'm just like having a blast conceptualizing and imagining this musical and artistic ecosystem that exists here in St. Louis. It's like the more integrated we are together and the more collective we are in our approach to present ourselves to our great community here in St. Louis, but also the entire world.
If anybody wanted to know more about your music or check in, you know, who is Ryan Marquez? I want to learn more. Where can they find information about what you've got going on?
For sure, you can check me out at ryanmarquez.com.